Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for part 2 of the Monday Q&A, so let's do it. A lot of attention is given to fake natties. Can you highlight some aesthetic and strength athletes you think are truly natty? You know, that's kind of hard for me to do. I mean, you guys have heard me say reasons why I think Candido and Ben Rice are natty. But can I say with absolute certainty that they are? No, I can't. And here's the thing that it comes down to, and it comes down to the aesthetics world. It is very, very difficult to say with any degree of certainty that anyone is natural because drug testing doesn't work. The drug testing is virtually useless. There are massive financial, and in many cases, since most of these guys are in the U.S., legal incentives to shut up about what they use and just claim they're natty and lie about it. So I don't feel comfortable saying that any person who competes in any aesthetics competition of any type after the 1950s, I don't feel comfortable saying they're natural. I just don't, because I'm potentially setting myself up to look like an ass by saying so. Because statistically, the odds are just against them if they're doing well. There's definitely some out there. I would say statistically, there's a lot of them out there in these natural competitions who are doing well natural because they train hard and have good genetics. However, can I pin those guys down for you? No, I can't. I can't tell you which ones are just the genetic freaks within the same work ethic or not. I can't tell you just at a look, because you're not going to be able to tell them really apart. You're not going to be able to look at them and say, oh, he definitely doesn't use. Particularly since we know they have incentives to lie and the drug testing is useless. There's just no point in going there. And the question I would ask you is, why does it matter? Do you even care? If you're buying a product because of their endorsement, you're stupid anyways. You deserve to get ripped off. So why does it matter if they're natural or not in that case? So I don't care. You shouldn't care. It doesn't matter in the long run. And as a general rule, if the guys are running around saying, I'm natty, I'm natty, I'm natty over and over, that's a sign that he isn't natty. I mean, that's human nature. That's overcompensating for the fact that he's on gear. So I personally tell you guys, don't worry about it. And you shouldn't even worry from the perspective of comparing yourself to others, because you don't have someone else's genetics. You don't have their work ethic. You might not even have their competitive drive, their lifestyle, all these other factors. So you shouldn't even be using that to say what's achievable natural for me, because with their at contest time isn't even achievable for them naturally year round. So if they can't do it year round, you can't do it year round. What are you going to do? Peak for an event so that you can look as good as they do for a photo shoot for one day? Natural, even if they really are natural, and you happen to have their genetics, that's just silly. You still can't use them as a standard. It's an unattainable standard for an extended period of time. It's something you would prepare for months to peak for a single day. All right, next question. Is it smarter to have smaller, more frequent refeeds, since once glycogen is filled, carbs turn to fat stores? Well, here's your problem. You're working off false logic. Glycogen stores are full. It doesn't work that way. In fact, I've tried to explain to you guys when you do the refeeds, and I know this goes over people's heads, but go research it for yourselves. Look at the data. Guys like Lyle McDonald have produced massive amounts of data. It's been proven in the real world, and athlete after athlete after athlete. Hell, even Jerry Ward has noted this. So the science guys say it works this way, and then guys like Jerry Ward, who are as bro as they come, has noted that he notices the same thing, that he doesn't gain any fat when he does massive carb refeeds without even counting calories when he's on low carbs. So when your glycogen is depleted, you do a refeed and you overfeed. As long as dietary fat is kept right bottom, the carbs do not store as fat. What happens is not only do you store glycogen, but you burn through it as heat energy really fast. Surplus glycogen that you eat during that small window burns off as body heat. You sweat your ass off. You get hot. You might even overheat a bit, but it's not going to store as fat. And I mean, we've seen examples of guys literally eating thousands of calories in surplus, and we still don't see de novo lipogenesis happen more than a few grams. Not even hundreds of calories, a few calories convert into body fat in that environment if the refeed is kept short enough. So no, your hypothesis is wrong. No, you want big, massive refeeds once you're fully depleted. That's actually what you want to do, because it's not going to store as body fat. If you're depleted enough, you can way overfeed by thousands of calories on carbs. None of those carbs will convert to body fat. So you don't seem to understand how it works. This is a metabolic trick, and it doesn't get by calories in, calories out. It kicks more calories out. All right, next question. Is a vegan diet ideal for a drug-free lifter that wants to be competitive? If not, what are some alternative diets? Okay, this is, as someone who's a vegan and who actually really does know nutrition, a lot of vegans don't know nutrition. This frustrates me because you're trying to classify a diet name as whether it's ideal or not. There is no diet type name anywhere in the world that is good or bad for you as a powerlifter. What matters is the composition of your diet. Are you getting all of the carbs, fat, protein that you need for your goals? Or at least in the rough ratios. Are you getting enough ideal calories, even if you're balancing a difference between those macronutrients, as long as you're getting enough of what you need? Are you getting all the micronutrients that you need? Is your diet balanced? Do you feel good on it? That's what matters. The name of it isn't relevant to your athletic performance. Because a vegan diet, you could be on a vegan diet and have one completely different set of macronutrients and calorie intake and still be on a vegan diet and eat something that's the exact opposite. You could, at 80-10-10 as a vegan diet, you could do a ketogenic vegan diet, which is the opposite extreme. You could do a very ultra high protein vegan diet and you're still vegan. So you see the problem there, same as if you did a paleo diet. It's possible to eat 80% carbs on a paleo diet. It's difficult, but you just be cramming down tons of fruit. But it could be done. So the names of the diets, you shouldn't look at it that way. You should step back and say, I've chosen to be vegan, or I've chosen whatever diet type that you've chosen for whatever reasons, but it's still the composition of your diet, your total carbs, fat, proteins, micronutrients, fiber, that are going to impact how you perform as an athlete. Not the fact that you've excluded certain foods from the diet. It's not relevant. All right, guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time in part 3.